One eskimO, KINK live at the Bing Lounge. They're playing tonight at the Aladdin Theater. Welcome back, old friends.
Thank you very much.
Your song, Candy, that's become just one of the songs that will forever remind us of the summer of 2010. It's not a remake exactly, or a cover exactly, but it involves, the album version involves samples. Can you give us a quick rundown of sort of how that song came together?
I think throughout the album, a lot of our songs are kind of quite sampled. There's a lot of kind of sounds and samples kind of triggered off in our live set, and on the album as well. We kind of recorded like this, really. The core of the album is recorded kind of 4-piece. All of us in the room at the same time, just trying to do proper takes of an album, and then afterwards we added all these kind of sounds and electronics, and I think we were using samples anyway. So I think when we heard this Candy Staten record and we decided to use it in one of our songs, I think we were happy with using it just because that's where we were going anyway. We're using a lot of kind of triggered sounds, and it just worked really well. I mean, we'd started this song. It wasn't called Candy at the time. We called it Candy because it was a Candy
Because you were
Staten.
using her samples of her, and her song was called, I think, I Called You.
He called me baby.
He called me baby.
Yeah.
And it wasn't that old. I mean,
no, it wasn't that old. We actually were lucky enough to meet her in Nashville not too long ago, and she jumped up on stage. Jamie at the end of the set asked her if she wanted to jump up on stage with us, and she came up and.
So she came up and sang her samples.
Yeah, and it was amazing. it was better than us hitting the triggers every time, and But she was great, and that was a really nice day.
All right. Well, you've been doing a lot of touring with Bob Schneider, who was here just on Tuesday, and Gomez and Michael Franti. That's an interesting pairing. Pretty good summer.
Yeah, really good summer. I mean, last year this was our second gig over here. Was in Portland. We started touring with Tori Amos just over a year ago, and then after that we've just been really lucky to just have good tours. Just keep coming up. I mean, the Gomez tour as well. That was a really nice tour for us. The Michael Franti tour was quite different, but again, that was a real nice summer tour. We landed in Miami and then kind of worked our way up the beach. Really, it was a beach. Yeah, the first half was like a holiday. But I mean, they've all been really good. I mean, they've all been equally good, and I think it's been nice because they've all been so different and such different audiences. From Tori Amos kind of sat down audiences in these kind of big grand venues, just through to Gomez, which is probably our closest audience really. But as in, we had a lot of our own people there, and it was a really really fun tour. But they've all been good. I mean, it's just been nice to stay on the road for like over a year really, and we may have been Portland now we've probably been here like 6 or so times, 7 times over the last year. So yeah,
you're regulars.
We're regulars.
We're trying
to find our calf this morning. We came for breakfast last time we were here. We were trying to find the same place, but they've moved it. Yeah.
Got to move quick. Now, some of your songs have this sort of dreamlike storytelling quality, and I'm wondering, with summer outdoor festivals, is it hard to communicate some of those songs when people are, pouring beer over their heads in the audience?
Do you know, it's worked really well. I think
you're lucky enough to get the kind of afternoon slots, I think. So people, and the sun's out and everyone's sat on the grass, and I think they automatically go into the vibe of what we were delivering. So
they're not too far gone.
Yeah, they're not too far gone. Not throwing beer yet.
I mean, I think it's great. I think it kind of works fine for us. I think we're not really as I think if you go out kind of worried about that, then it affects the show. I think we kind of, most of the time we've got our eyes shut anyway. So there's 4 people on stage not really knowing if anyone's in the audience pouring beer over their head. But we played a Denver Mile High Festival this year recently, and that was really cool. That was a I mean, it seems to work. I mean, we've recently gone home for a few weeks. We were on the road for such a long time supporting other bands, and this is the first time we're doing our own tour, really. So we've kind of had a chance to go home and kind of lift it all anyway, and make sure we've kind of put a lot of intensity in there, and I think doing that as well, it'll kind of make it even easier moving on to festivals now. Anyway, I feel like we've got a nice kind of big warm set now, so it's nice to play.
Well, last time you did a performance for us, it was the day of or the day before your debut album came out. So it's still pretty new. But is anything coming together for a future album?
Well, I think we're in a really nice place at the moment because we're kind of a year down the line and we're still having so much support for our first single, and we're kind of looking forward to move on to the second single, and there's still a lot of support for the rest of the album. And I think that's been nice because it's given us the time over the last year to spend some more time on the road just writing songs and making sure when we get to that next album, it won't be a rushed album again. I mean, we spent a long time on this album. We really wanted to get it right, and I think, you know, it's we want to do the same with the next one. We don't want to be in a situation where we've got a couple of months to finish off an album, and I think it's been nice because we've had time to work on it. We're still working on it, and we'll obviously, you know, finish off kind of promoting this album, and then hopefully, finish off the next album. I mean, we've started playing a couple of new songs to see how it kind of works out live, and like I said, we record live, so it's nice to kind of go out and see if it works first before we put it on a record.
All right. Well, they're playing tonight at the Aladdin Theater. Let's hear some more. It's One Eskimo, KINK Live at the Bing Lounge.